everybody. I'm fighting a cold, so fair warning. Tonight's pacing will be lethargic. I was told in no uncertain terms that you shouldn't drink your own urine if you're in the desert. It will only dehydrate you faster. Worst comes to worst, they recommend a half a glass of Coors Light. We said the GOP made a joke that the GOP governs like a Roomba. If it bumps into something it doesn't understand, it goes the opposite direction. Someone commented that Roombas don't turn back in the opposite direction when they hit something. That would just result in one line being cleared in a room. No one wants that. They bounce around it trying to get a sense of the object. I don't bring it up because of that. I bring it up because the very next comment, referring to the one I just read to you, was, "Oh, look at Richie Rich over here with his Roomba." That's the sort of jackal on jackal action that gets me up in the morning. I showed you some gray M&Ms last week that were worth $1 million each, thanks to M&M's 1997 Find the Imposter M&M campaign. A few of you said the M&Ms I showed didn't look gray. They looked silver, and well, the folks at the Mars Candy Corporation agreed with you. That was an awkward meeting, to say the least. And a real reminder for me not to say, "Do you know who I am?" Because in that case, the did and the didn't care. Also, they were very rude. It was just a bunch, Mars Candy Corporation. They're top of the mountain, and they know it. You should see their boardroom, all glass, gorgeous, beautiful suits, Italian tailors, and they're just sitting around, and then they start giving me the hi-hat. Here I am, just an honest guy trying to get $1 million each for my gray M&Ms, and they're saying, "Those aren't gray, they're silver. And also, why is there silver Sharpie all over your hands?" And I'm like, "'Cause I sign headshots all day long." And they say, "Who asks you to sign headshots all day long?" And I say, "Anybody who asks." And they say, "Where do they ask you?" And I'm like, "Outside 30 Rock. Every day I walk out." And one of them said, "Hey, I'll make you a deal. We'll walk there with you right now. And if someone asks you to sign a headshot, we'll give you the $1 million. And I was like, I don't want it like that. We always say Trump talks like he's holding an invisible accordion. A gentleman wrote and said it would be more accurate to say an invisible concertina, because accordions have keys and a concertina does not have keys. The guy who told me that was weird. Al Yankovic. I said the word comptroller. It's pronounced controller, and it's true. Double-checked it. Googled it. On my computer. Computer. Biden wasn't at a podium, he was at a lectern. Lectern is easy to remember because it's where you stand to lecture, and lecture is easy to remember because it's what jackals do to get off. You don't pay for continental breakfast at a Motel 6. Should have said Motel 5, Bay's joke. We called Herschel Walker a vampire enthusiast. That's incorrect. He's a former vampire enthusiast. Because he was watching the movie Fright Night. That's the clip. The whole clip that made him famous. He discovered watching a horror movie that he stumbled upon one night. He used to think vampires were cool, But then he discovered that werewolves can kill vampires. Shoemaker, remember what can kill a werewolf? Half a glass of Coors Light. I received it to the P.O. Box 2 wedding invitations inviting not just me, but also Wally to attend their weddings. So to Brianna and Matthew, Steph, and Alex, we wish you the best in your matrimonial endeavor. I unfortunately cannot make it, and I will not be sharing the details of your wedding with Wally. I have been at weddings with Wally, and this has happened more than once. I was hopeful we'd receive the last of our Mac Tonight fan art because none had arrived last week, but false alarm. Guess it was just cloudy. That's not a nice way to use your time. I certainly don't care for the lack of bravery I'm showing in the knife's reflective edge. I gotta show you this one in parts, because here's a photo, it's of me on a red carpet, but they've replaced me, Shoemaker. So it's my beautiful wife, Alexi, with this gentleman. And I don't know if you can tell that in the reflective glasses he's wearing, that's me crying, so I'm seeing it. Is that the worst part of the photo? No, because this was an event where my beautiful wife, Alexi, was with child. And Jody, the artist in question, wanted me to let me know whose child it was. Not cool, Jody. Just relax. I don't know. Oh, okay. So this is cool though. Remember, I was trying to. I got a Fabergé egg, guys. Sent to me. Pretty cool, right? Here at Late Night, every night, I deliver a monologue made up of jokes written by a diverse team of writers. As a result, a lot of jokes come across my desk that are all about animals. It's time for Animal Flubs.
Animal Flubs, Animal Flubs. It's time to take a look at some Animal Flubs. From the bears to the bees to the baby their cubs. It's time for Animal Flubs.
And I know you don't need to say baby before you say bear cub, because in that case, cub means baby. But when you're writing a song on a Thursday afternoon when you really should be working on a closer look, sometimes you're gonna cut a few corners in order to make the rhyme scheme work.
Animal Flubs, Animal Flubs. I hope you're all ready for some Animal Flubs. Call all your pals, buddies, and bubs. It's time for Animal Flubs.
And I hope you enjoy the new voices we added to this song, because a bunch of you were unhappy. So if you're sitting there now upset at the fact that we added a verse to an overlong song, then may we recommend that you take it up with the ass who couldn't just enjoy a nice thing.
Animal Flubs, Animal Flubs. I hope you're all ready for some Animal Flubs.
Pencil us in for best Emmy song snub.
It's time for Animal Flubs.
F.
L. U.
B.
S. Are the 5 letters. You. animal clubs.
Sorry. I thought I had more time. It's emu. Emu, not emu. It's quokka, not quokka. A koala baby isn't a cub, it's a joey, because a koala isn't a bear. It's a marsupial. I said we showed a dairy cow instead of a beef cow when we were talking about the price of beef. Someone wrote that was okay, adding, what do people think happens to dairy cow once the milk production falls too low? Like, more importantly, what do the dairy cows think happen? Well, it's the end of my milk. Now I retire to Paris. That's right, Bessie, that's right. Just need you to stop by the shed. Sign some papers. Oh, we said the son of Sam's dog told him to go on a killing spree. It was his neighbor's dog. The son of Sam's dog was the one who famously said, "Don't listen to him." He later recanted that the dog told him to do it in prison, which of course means the dog got to him. Someone said in response to Animal Flubs, corrections jumped the shark when they started doing pre-planned bits. You're making pre do a lot of work there. Someone said, based on the opening package of Animal Flubs, you have no idea how animals' jaws or beaks work. Well, pal, you got no idea how a graphic department works. Last week, to get this done on time, when the show was over, we had to put Tara Donnelly on oxygen. Okay? What do you think I was gonna do at the end of the show? Head on down to the graphics room with a big old book of animal anatomy giving her a hard time? Tara, take her mask off! I don't need her to breathe, I need her to listen. You can still go to jail if you kill a bald eagle. Sorry if I got your hopes up. This has been Animal Flubs. 7 days.